Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the September 26, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. That's our in-studio producer, the Mighty Max Fury. I'm Caleb Black. That's a fucking wall. And now we're talking about Rey Mysterio. Sorry. I get excited. It can't be helped. So, Max's roommate, Nate, posed a really interesting question, and not really posed a question. Max, why don't you explain, and then we'll break it down.
Okay. So, my buddy Nate was asking me, he'd been out of the wrestling picture, hadn't watched since really like the early 2000s, but was familiar with all that stuff. He's asking me about Rey Mysterio. Like, well, that's Rey Mysterio Jr. He got all confused about all kinds of who Rey Mysterio is, who's Rey Mysterio Jr., how the mask was passed down, if it's a family thing, is it a bullshit thing, what's going on with all of that. And I really wasn't super sure on a whole lot of stuff, so I went and found my wrestling thesaurus and Luke here, and he straightened me out on a few things. So, Luke, why don't you straighten us out on who is Rey Mysterio Jr., who's Rey Mysterio Sr., how was everything passed down,
Leave me. All right. The Rey Mysterio lineage starts with Miguel Lopez Diaz, better known as Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
He's morally referred to as Rey Mysterio Sr. to keep it separate from his son, who wrestles as Rey Mysterio, and his nephew, who wrestles as Rey Mysterio Jr., who you better know as Rey Mysterio.
Right.
His son wrestles as Alejandro de Rey Mysterio.
El Hijo de Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Which I did not... Actually, that's news to me. I did not know that his son also wrestled. He was probably as big as Mil Mascaras at one point in Japan. In Mexico. Well, in Japan, too, probably. The lineage comes from Rey Mysterio Jr.'s dad was not a professionalist.
He was not.
He started his career under the name Elf Libre, which is the hummingbird.
Because he flew like so small.
And he had to earn the Mysterio name. So they didn't want him to start out as a Mysterio. As it got along and Rey decided to step down, Rey Sr., he was adopted Mysterio Jr., which the Rey Mysterio emblem is the crown on the forehead of the mask. Yep. That's what ties everything to the family crest, basically. The hummingbirds were kept on Rey Mysterio Jr.'s mask, the Elf Libre. That's what looks like the feathers. They're actually hummingbirds that come down the face. Rey Mysterio, a lot of people, if you follow wrestling, know that he was unmasked at one point in WCW. Which that was Eric Bischoff's way of basically getting the Mexican Lucha Libre wrestlers to fall in line. He not only took Rey Mysterio's mask, he took Hooper Toots, took Psychosis's. Rey Mysterio, on the other hand, wrestled.
Say what?
For quite a while without the mask.
Good looking motherfucker too.
Yeah, very good looking.
Handsome.
Dominic, but older.
Yeah. And shorter.
Much shorter. Way shorter.
So much shorter.
Because he got the height from Eddie. But the lineage is that, yes, Rey Mysterio Sr. was not Rey Mysterio Jr.'s dad.
Nope, he was his uncle.
As a matter of fact, that was Chavo Sr. Yeah, that's right, I said it. But no, Mysterio's probably up there with one of the greatest wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah, in Mexico for sure. For absolute certain. Mysterios, the Guerreros, the lineage of trainees and family, Mascaras family, and the Phantasma family, the Lacara, the Parkas. He's up there. The family name resonates
in the pantheons of Lucha Libre.
With Lucha Libre. There are tons of names and families I'm missing.
When Rey Sr. took off his when Rey Mysterio passed on the Mysterio name to Jr., he took off his mask and actually wrestled without a mask on, which in Lucha is kind of, once you lost your mask back in the day, it was over.
Well, if your mask was taken from you, could surrender your mask for the good of the public or in a gesture in which you passed it on.
But even then,
still have your honor maintained.
But back in that day, you never wrestled against that mask was.
Yeah, you also never went out in public with it.
Yeah, Mil Mascaras is another one. who was a soap opera star.
Yeah.
And kept the mask.
Blue Demon.
Blue Demon as well, yeah. But as far as Rey Mysterio, yes. Rey Mysterio Sr. was his uncle, not his dad.
Right.
And Dominic now makes what? Third generation Mysterio?
Fourth generation Guerrero.
Fourth generation.
But yes, a third generation.
His half-blooded brother's Randy Orton, right? I get that right? Randy Orton.
Seth Rollins is your pop.
But no, for seriousness, yes, he was his uncle, not his father. Which kind of, honestly, as siblings and children do, don't you think that would have bothered Rey Mysterio's actual son that he didn't get to junior?
No. Because,
you don't think?
Yeah, no. Because,
you don't think there's just a little bit of resentment?
Nah. He's got the Misterio name. He's going to make so much money.
That's true.
He's going to make so much goddamn money.
Also, to be fair, Rey Mysterio, now that he goes by Rey Mysterio, the spelling of the last name is different.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio Sr.'s was spelled Misterio.
And they spell it with a Y. They spell it with a Y, actually, for the marketing.
Yes, because they don't own the name.
Purpose. Yeah. WCW got it whenever they trademarked the name, the trademark was spelled MYST as to not conflict with the AAA, the CMLL trademark that Rey Mysterio Sr. had. That's how they got around the law.
Yeah, great lineage of family, probably one of the most notable.
Yeah.
In today's wrestling environment, probably one of the most
notable. And is responsible for some of the best matches. Match he had with Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc 98 is on my fucking top 10 must-watch list all the time matches. If you haven't watched that match, we've recommended it before here, talked about it before here. Do yourself a favor and watch it.
Also, the last big run of Rey Mysterio with Chris Jericho and WWE with the mask versus title for the IC title when he went 619 and Jericho just reached out to that mask mine, pulled it right off his face.
You know what match I'm really sorry didn't happen? You remember? Would have been the NJPW show when it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
No.
Because Liger got hurt.
They also tried that. They also had that booked again right before he come back this last time.
Yeah.
For the farewell tour. And I think
WWE pulled it, right?
He didn't get pulled. He hurt his knee.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be part of the... was a big ROH pay-per-view that Rey was supposed to wrestle on and got hurt.
He did wrestle it all in, right? The first
Yes. Him...
the tag match, right? Him and the Bucks, I think? Wasn't him and the Bucks?
No. Him against the Bucks. It was the Bucks and... Sonata? Versus Rey Mysterio, Bandito, and Phoenix.
Oh, so it was Mexico versus Japan.
Yeah.
Got it. Makes sense.
It was a really good match, too.
Yeah.
But they only had so many minutes to do it because they were running out of pay-per-view time.
Remember when Rey came back, was it last year at the Rumble, and just looked. He was super leaned out. Remember, because he was kind of bulky in that 2009, 2010 run that he had, kind of bigger, like not like
muscle mass wise.
But when he came back in that fucking Rumble, man,
he's cut.
Oh, he looked so good, and he could still move, and he came back in the tights and not the pleather pants. Awesome wrestler is tiny little Rey Mysterio.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Nate, for the awesome question. And what's next? Let me check my handy dandy schedule because I think this might be leading to Le Rec. Oh no, we have I keep forgetting we have to do a pay-per-view pre-show next.
We're all tied up.
It's coming up. Stay tuned, mofo.